Hello, hello. Welcome. Good to have you. If you're new here, nice to meet you. If you're a returning visitor, that would be interesting because this is my first reaction video. And I decided to pick something that's kind of, in a way, special to me in a history that I have, but for something that I've never seen before. So if that's confusing, let me clarify. What we're reacting to is the first episode of The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix. It's not a new show really, but I've never seen it and I've wanted to because, and here's where the familiarity comes in. My favorite scary movie of all time is the original black and white The Haunting. My mom and I watched scary movies when I was a kid. It's like kind of what I grew up on. When I was like 6 or 7, The Haunting was not the first scary movie I ever saw, but the first one that scared the shit out of me. I still have issues today as an adult from certain scenes in that movie.
Whose hand was I holding?
Apparently some things never go away, but I love it. I don't think anything has recaptured exactly what The Haunting was able to do without really ever showing you anything scary. It was just all about building the fear. Then when paranormal seeming activity happened, they didn't, show you what it was. They left it up to your imagination what it was, and they gave you bangs and sounds and stuff. I'm excited to see how this series interprets that, or if it's even related at all, if they're just like mildly connected. That'll be interesting to see. And I guess what you can take from this is that I don't know anything about the series. I don't know who's in it. I don't know if it's a reimagining. I don't know if they're going to tell the story from front to back the same way that it was in the original movie The Haunting. I saw the remake of the movie The Haunting from the early 2000s or whatever it was, with Catherine Zeta-Jones and some other people. Owen something.
Wow.
Damn. Whatever. That movie was like, but kind of everything around that time was meh that I saw, which is partially why I stopped watching movies. So I'm back. Here I am going to start reacting to some things because there's a lot of stuff that I haven't seen, particularly in the past 20 years. That's pretty much all I know about this. I'm excited. It's a great genre. It's a ghost story I should hopefully be familiar with, and I'm excited to see where they take it. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into the show.
No live organism can continue to exist sanely under conditions of absolute reality.
Oh, that's nice and spooky.
Even larks and katydids are supposed by some to dream.
Architecture is beautiful. So far, it doesn't look quite as grand as the house that was used in the original movie, but The Haunting, but so far, pretty nice. Kid crying in the middle of the night.
It's okay, Theo. Go back to bed. Should I wake up Mom and Dad? I've got it.
4 kids so far.
Okay, Nellie? You scared? That's okay. I get scared too sometimes. Are you awake, Luke? 'Cause Nellie's awake.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I'm in the room she was just crying in.
What was it?
Where was she? Oh boy. Guess we better take a look.
So Dad's acknowledging it.
You remember what we talked about before? About our dreams?
They can spill.
But kids' dreams are special. They're like
An ocean.
That's right. And the big
Somebody else has
dreams
gotten this story.
can spill out sometimes. Back to bed, Stevie.
So more than one of the children has apparently had problems growing up with
Now, I know that bent neck lady is really scary.
things that supposedly
That's all
weren't
she
there.
is. She's just a little spill. Your mother and I, we have to finish fixing this house. And then someone has to buy it.
Then we can go.
Yep, and then we can go. Just like the last house.
So they're like speculative real estate developers specializing in historic properties or something. Scary shows should start out with like some kind of a spooky scene, scary scene, so something should happen to pull you in, from the start.
Dancing in the red room.
dreaming, Cheryl.
Pandas aren't dreaming.
Pandas aren't dreaming.
Pandas don't eat macaroni.
Have you tried feeding them macaroni? Are they vegetarians? Are pandas vegetarians? By the way, that girl that was talking in her sleep, was that a 5th child or the first girl that went back to bed? To the fake out jump scare.
Everyone alive.
Shirley's sleep talking again.
Anything good?
Pandas don't like macaroni, Liv.
She's used to it. Uh-oh. If I was a kid, I'd be freaking out right about now. Luke gave up on you. You know it's creepy, wondering what's behind you, trying to go back to sleep after being creeped out in the middle of the night. That was the worst as a kid. I even had a hard time, like, calling out from my parents. I'd get, like, paralyzed with fear. Oh, shit, and something is behind her. No. It's an interesting title sequence. I always hope for a good title sequence because that's kind of like supposed to get you in the mood for the show, you know? Game of Thrones had a good title sequence. When I was a kid growing up, X-Files, the TV show, had a good title sequence. Can this scare me like the original movie did? I doubt it, but we'll see. We'll give it a go.
Carl was driving on Rural 86 during the storm. Do you remember that storm? He was up in the boons when he lost control of the car. He was hanging there the whole time. Hours. Upside down, tangled up in his seatbelt. And that's how he died. Upside down, pressing on that horn for as long as he could stand to.
Damn, that's rough.
It started with drops of water. Like raindrops falling onto my face.
Is he a psychiatrist or something?
To hear a car horn. Finally, now this was right after the funeral.
She thinks
so
he's haunting him
this
or
was
her.
the night after the burial, you see. I felt the water on my cheeks, and I heard the car horn.
Hell no.
And then I looked up at the ceiling, and there he was. Hanging there. Upside down. And his face was a deep purple, like the blood had all just pooled into his cheeks.
She either saw that or she's got a
It's funny,
vivid
you just
imagination.
scream after seeing something like that, but you don't. You just stare. And then his mouth fell open, but it wasn't a scream.
He's
It
done
was a
writing.
car horn
He's heard enough.
coming from his mouth, so loud that I fell off the bed. And then I screamed. I screamed because I hit the floor.
Because
and it
that's scary
startled me.
shit.
And it was like I only just remembered, oh, right, I can scream. And
That's what I was
screamed,
talking
all
about.
right,
I had
and
a hard
ran,
time calling
and I
out,
tripped in the
paralyzed with
hallway,
fear.
And I looked back and he wasn't there, and then I laid there and I cried. And that was the last time I've slept in that room.
Yeah, I'd think so.
I'd like to look around your house. I'd like to set up some equipment. I'd also like to sleep in that room
Paranormal
tonight.
investigator, not a psychiatrist.
I can't promise I'll include your story in my book.
Oh, of course.
It's possible.
Writer, gotcha.
And I thank you for sharing it with me.
Clearly, I'm not a psychic. So he's writing books about people's paranormal experiences? Or is he investigating the existence of the paranormal? The Haunting of Hill House.
I'm
Stephen
sorry, I
Crane.
should've told you I'm a fan.
Crane, huh?
That's my favorite, the first one. I can't imagine what it was like living.
So he's like a Stephen
The most
King
famous
kind of
haunted
writer or
house in
something, except about the paranormal, well, in a different kind of way. And she's a big fan.
Got me beat.
What do you mean?
I mean, if you actually saw your husband hanging upside down over your bed, you've seen more than I ever have. never seen a ghost.
But your books.
So he's saying he's never seen a ghost.
Danvers, Alcatraz, on the Queen Mary, or in Williamsburg, and not in Hill House.
Or in Hill House. Yeah, okay.
The way you
So
write, I just assumed.
Other people's stories. People like you, Irene. I give them the right voice, that's all.
Well, I hope tonight is a game changer for you.
You know, I can tell you one thing about Hill House that isn't in the book.
Oh, yes, please.
All those years trying to understand what happened in that house, you know what I never found? A reason.
a reason for what? A, I'd like to know what happened. B, I'd like to know why he doesn't believe it was paranormal.
How are they doing these days? You know who I wish would write a book?
No.
Your dad.
This must be Nell. I need to pay attention to people's names. I have a hard time with that.
Oh, you miss your brother. I'd rather sleep here in case she comes back.
All right. Just tonight, then.
Is this Nell as a child? So she's the little girl that was seeing the lady in her room or whatever it was.
Hey, will you grab her blanket?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I used to love sleeping on the couch as a kid. I don't know why. I just stay up late with the TV on. Like mom laying down on the floor next to her. It's sweet. And she's beautiful too, by the way. I can't remember her name, but I've seen her in some other stuff. What is she looking at? Oh, this is cool camera work. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Not. Nope. Nope.
Sorry, excuse me.
Hi, Max. I'm Shirley. I know this might be a little weird for you, but I promise it's all normal. The reason Mommy and Daddy are here is because it's important to say goodbye to Grandma. Viewing is just a way to do that, to see her one last time and tell her you love her.
I don't need to say goodbye.
Child psychologist.
A lot of people feel that way at first, but then they feel much better when they do.
That's what Mommy said, but she was wrong. Grammy keeps sitting on my bed at night, touching my hair.
Oh, she'll always be around. That's why I don't have to.
And her eyes must hurt because she doesn't blink.
Kids are creepy, man. Funeral home.
I need you to call me. It's hard to understand. Everything's so twisted. And
Not a child psychologist?
I'm worried about Luke. If you talk to him, call me.
So the youngest siblings calling everybody trying to get in touch with Luke.
Hi, this is Nell. Please leave a message.
There's nothing easy about this house.
You okay, Daddy?
Mr. Dudley found something for you.
The Dudleys.
I don't know if this is gonna work.
They're keeping some of the stuff in the original movie. Some names and
I'm gonna need it back.
spiral stairs. Jesus. Spiral staircase.
I got it. Mr. Dudley says this is a master key, so it's supposed to open any door in the house. He's a weirdo. Daddy says they've been taking care of this house for years and years, so if
The Dudleys have always been weird.
What do you think is in there? What if it's a cotton candy machine? Gotta be something.
Probably not a
Or
cotton candy
pony.
machine.
Not a pony. This isn't working. It could be a pony. This door's been locked for years and years and years and years, so if there's a pony in there, it's dead.
Kind of macabre to say to a little girl.
Where's the freaking key? Don't say that word. You say it. The keys never work.
He's like, I'm not 6.
That big hammer? We'll find the key. I want to see what's in there too. Let's go see if Daddy has any more keys. Daddy, we need more keys. It's an emergency.
The master key that's supposed to open all the doors doesn't work. Chances of finding the key that opens that one is
I know you don't need me to
slim.
tell you this, but literally everything is an emergency with Nell.
I know, but she sounded rough.
Nell's a drama queen.
So,
Rougher than usual.
Grown up
She said it's
seeing
about Luke.
ghosts.
then call Luke.
I did.
I can't deal with this right now. I'm working.
Fine, I'll just handle it, shall I?
That's why everybody dumps their shit on me, isn't it, Steve?
I'm the oldest. It's my job.
Oh, wait. That's you.
Fine. I'll handle it. Jesus.
So all families aren't perfect?
Sure.
When did this happen?
Thank you.
So, does this stuff, capture the supernatural?
Don't believe in that word.
The supernatural
Talk
is
about the
something
word
that isn't
itself.
supposed to happen, but it does happen.
There's natural phenomena that we understand, and then there's natural phenomena that we don't. Nothing supernatural about it, though. No message. Just wanted to see if it was there. What was your name again?
I missed what they just talked about, by the way. Nell gonna answer this time?
Hi, this is Nell. Please leave a message
Nope,
after the beep.
she's breaking down.
It's Steve. I'm sorry I missed your call. I talked to Shirley. I know you're worried about Luke, but I called his rehab center, and he's fine. He actually got his 90-day chip today, if you can believe that.
All right.
I'll be around tomorrow if you still need to chat. I hope you're well, Nellie. I mean that.
Was Luke the other little boy sibling that was about Nell's age that was sleeping in the room with her? Once I know who everybody is, we'll be okay. God. Nightclubs. I hate nightclubs. I mean, in fairness, I didn't when I was in my late teens and early 20s, but Theodora is open. Very open. She's got game and good taste. That looks like some killer shit.
Just kind of a germaphobe. That's okay, none taken.
Oh, damn. What is she, some sort of like an empath or a medium or something? If she touches people, she gets too much information.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Was it something I said? No. We just did what we came here to do, yeah? Okay. Then.
Icy.
Hi.
Awkward. So I guess two of the sisters live together. Or one in the guest house.
Is she coming back? No. She's sweet enough, but pile of issues.
Yeah.
I think you can really
Project
know so
much?
after such a quick encounter. Who's saying it's quick? I'm a giver. I said you could live here. I wasn't expecting the pussy parade. Nell called
Pussy
me.
parade.
She sounded bad. Yeah, because it sucks to be Nell. She call you? No.
It must suck to be Nell. She seems like she's going through it.
Don't. I'm just waiting for an apology. I'm drawing boundaries, which is something you might want to look into. What's wrong with her? I don't know. One foot in crazy and the other on a banana peel.
She looks kind of like Angelina Jolie in the profile.
Boundaries. She said it was about Luke.
Kinda.
I don't know. Something about it scared me. Luke will show up when he needs money. Just keep thinking, what if he doesn't? Or if he does, it'll be the last time I ever see him. Boundaries. Maybe a brick wall.
So it's the two youngest are like really going through it, huh? I get the feeling that that person's not supposed to be there. He's handling it pretty well so far. Yikes. Okay, well, at least it was a dream. Nell is calling this person.
Nell?
Daddy.
Honey, are you okay? What time is it?
Do you remember the necklace
She said bent neck lady. Yeah, it looks like he remembers.
Yes.
She's back.
Okay.
He looks really worried. That's either because the bent neck lady's real and he knows and it's bothering him, or he doesn't know the bent neck lady is real, but he knows how it affects her and he's worried about what she's going to do.
Okay, now I'll see you there tomorrow.
What do you say, go to your brother?
Okay.
Yo, she looks spacey.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm sorry to wake you. Good night, Daddy.
Wow, that's a scary phone call to receive as a father. It's got to be, right? Like, how worried is he right now? Crazy. Oh, she back at Hill House. And it's not looking so good. Which leads me to believe that they never sold it and nobody's been there, you know?
I don't know. She wouldn't. Yeah, I'm going. I'm going.
Is he talking to himself?
Get up.
And flashback. What do you see? When you're a kid and dad is scared like that, that is... You got a messed up hand. Not reassuring. The strongest person you know is freaking out. That ain't good. There's a little bit of that from the original that freaked me out. It's like the banging on the door and wall sounds. Turning doorknobs.
We're gonna run.
Dad, what's going on?
Damn right we gonna run.
I'm gonna carry you.
They built up a little suspense here.
You keep your eyes closed no matter what you hear. You don't open them. You promise? Do you promise?
I promise.
I'm more afraid of not knowing, you know what I mean? Like, I want to see what it is, even though I know it's going to scare me. Yeah, see, he's the same way. My imagination's got to be worse than what's actually happening, right? That's how ours was.
Eyes closed.
Okay, his eyes are closed. Nope, nope, they're back on. And she is running down the hall. Yeah, that's nightmare-inducing.
She was in the window!
That's what you want.
I thought I saw her upstairs!
That's not Mom.
Was that Mom? What's her name? Gina Carano? Was that her running through the halls all possessed crazy?
Dad! We can't leave Mom! Dad!
Dad, I told you. There's no reason you and I need to talk. You don't just get to call me and tell me what to do.
You're closest, and your sister.
Still holding the grudge, huh?
You get home, and you stay with her. You keep your eye on her. Don't let her out of your sight.
Dad, I'm not even...
I'll see you there. I'll meet you there.
Living at home right now.
Is that Lily? The house definitely looks creepier now. Three o'clock. It's always 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock is when the veil's the thinnest or whatever. Is that what they say?
Now he's in the red room.
Oh, they all connected together. Wow. Oh, shit. Was she telling the truth? Or does she have a leaky roof? Jesus. A leaky roof, and it's like seeping through the sheetrock and the paint. It's not raining. Looks like it's been leaking for a minute, though. It's got like... What the hell? Damn jump scares, man. For nothing. It's just because it's loud.
There used to be a stop sign there until recently, yes?
I don't know. I think so.
It's a moderately trafficked area. A four-way stop without a sign is bound to have a few near misses. You're probably just noticing the car horns now because you're not sleeping as well. Things you used to sleep through. The water? It was a big storm the night he died.
Okay.
One of the biggest you've
So
seen
there's
in a
still
long
some
time.
water dripping.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
There's a leak. You just didn't notice the water damage.
Her consciousness is like bringing things she's hearing in her sleep and feeling in her sleep into her creative dreams,
Water damage is no
and
joke.
blending them together so that they make
Happens
sense.
all the time, Irene.
Because the brain likes to understand and make patterns and
And the man I saw
correlate
hanging
things
from
together.
my ceiling?
You didn't see him.
Mind.
Yeah, that was the dream part,
It's a powerful
sweetheart.
thing, man. Especially the grieving mind.
I know what I saw.
When I said I've never seen
She's clearly not looking to hear this right now.
I've seen a
You
lot
might
of ghosts.
ease off.
Just not the way you think. A ghost can be a lot of things. Grief, anger, guilt.
I get what he's saying, but that's not true. A ghost is a ghost.
Most times.
Now, whether or not they exist or not is something, but
Why
ghost
would
has
I
a
want to
definition.
see my Carl like that.
Because it's better than never seeing him again.
Yeah. She's like, sign my book. Thanks for nothing. Because even though it's not true, the story
Carl
probably
loved it.
is more comforting, right? Thinking that you're seeing his ghost. So you want what's comforting, not necessarily what's true.
The fuck, Steve. Look, I get that things haven't exactly been going well with your writing, and when you said you wanted to do a book about the house, I understood that, but this is...
I sent you guys the manuscript in case you had any objections.
Nell, Luke, Theo, they were just kids. The things they told you in
I'm
confidence...
clear that they were kids.
You make Mom sound fucking crazy.
Oh, Mom wasn't crazy?
And the Dudleys and Dad, this is the worst of the bullshit. Worse than the tabloids.
It's all going to sound crazy anyway, no matter what happens, if there's any,
What am I
like,
supposed to write?
air of
He said it was haunted.
paranormal
Those are
to it.
his
He was
words.
a wreck. When he said those things, he believed them. In the moment, at least. And you never did. What you're doing to Mom?
Mom was mentally ill. It's a fact. I'll be damned if the apple didn't fall too far from...
Oh, that's messed up. Calling your sister crazy to her face?
Sorry, that was...
Even behind her back wouldn't be nice, but that dude is not being very cool.
Buying the novel, Cheryl.
You publish this, you know what it costs.
So he burned some family secrets so that he could dig himself or climb out of the hole that I guess he had dug for himself.
I'll write your story. It's a good story. And I'd like to talk to you some more about your
Damn.
marriage. Get some background on
Now he's going to try and peddle some
who you both were.
stuff he doesn't believe in.
Matters, really. I'll need to take some liberties.
That'll be uninspiring.
I always do. I promise to be respectful.
You really didn't see anything.
They didn't see anything. No one else can corroborate your story, Hugh. That's right. The judge hears you talk about packing 5 kids into your car at 3 in the morning. They're gonna wonder why they aren't hearing from those kids. The media's already piling on.
They never filed charges. I was never placed under arrest. It was a suicide.
They got
So
this
she
off
did
your
die.
Statement to the police.
I wasn't thinking clearly that night. We just lean on that.
We can't unring this bell.
Okay, fine. They can rip me to pieces, but they don't get to take bites out of the kids. No one goes near the house. Just the police.
You're saying you want to keep the house your wife just died in?
They're kind of keeping the original story. I mean, in the movie, Crane, who built the house, had a wife that he built it for, and when she was coming down the driveway in her carriage, the horses freaked out and it wrecked and it killed her.
No gardeners.
I think that's what it was. And
No
then
staff, except for the Dudleys.
people who came later had bad ends as well.
The Dudleys stay on, and it sits there and rots.
Damn, yeah. I mean, I guess if they think he's guilty of killing his wife or something nefarious activities, he'll definitely lose custody. And then they'll lose both their parents.
Hey, there's something up with Nell. She may show up at the house today.
At my house?
My dad told her to. I didn't get a chance to tell him what's... But I'm sorry, you can just point it at me.
Getting divorced. He's not in the house. She is not happy.
I can come by and we can talk about this some more.
You know what you'd have to say. You tell me. Is there any point?
Damn. She's as cold as ice.
Hello, young man.
Mrs. Dudley.
Dad says you and Mr. Dudley come with the house. Why don't you live here?
We live close by.
She's like, because we're not stupid. We're not living in this big spooky house full of people who die.
They were all alone.
No one would live nearer than town.
No one would come any closer than that.
So yes.
Nice.
They lived all alone. In the night.
In the dark.
In the dark.
I like that they kept this stuff. That's
Well,
good.
They didn't seem to be too scared. My dad found a bunch of stuff in the parlor. Tarot cards and Ouija boards and all that.
Spiritualism of the early
And you know what
20th
those things
century,
do.
late
Parlor games.
19th century.
People use them to scare themselves.
This is the problem with schools these days. Smother you in science, and science isn't an exact science, you know.
Science can't measure ghosts.
The world is dark, young man, and the only light is the light of the Lord Jesus Christ. Do you know the Gospels, young man?
He does. Hugh and I decided when Steve was little.
Beautiful
we knew that
hair.
throughout his life he'd be exposed to all sorts of ideas and beliefs.
I'm sorry, I meant no offense.
So yes, he knows the Gospels. He's also familiar with the Talmud, Tao Te Ching, Torah, Quran, Greek mythology. And he reads a lot of Carl Sagan, Shakespeare.
Well, he's a little prodigy, isn't he?
Because there are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio.
And are dreamt of in your philosophy.
Mom's looking for you.
Treehouse.
Every closet.
Nice treehouse,
Never
too.
occurs to her you'll be in the treehouse.
I would have
Yeah, no,
killed
but
every
they
kid in my
don't go for
neighborhood
you.
for a
I don't
treehouse like that. Of course, I'd have been playing alone.
No rush, my man.
So I guess not much has changed.
How do you spell no girls allowed? N-O.
I apostrophe M
Told you last time
G
that's a
A
bad
Y.
idea. Is this the family?
Yep.
R. Who's this?
Some girl I saw by the woods.
Creepy person by the woods, huh?
You know, I used to have imaginary friends too. They go away when you get bigger. S.
Okay. No
So that kid is the skeptic.
Theo can't rip this one. It's not allowed.
I'll tell her.
Will you hang out with me?
You want me to?
Yeah. You can hang out all the time. We can draw together.
I always wanted my big brother to hang out with me, too.
That's Stevie and Luke.
Cool kids.
Luke, you gotta stop drawing this creepy shit, though, you know? That creepy shit was the most fun to draw, though. When I was a kid, I was always drawing, like, werewolves and zombies and skeletons and dungeons and stuff. Catacombs. But I was into horror movies as a kid. So, there you go.
Hey, Luke. Hey, Steve. This isn't what it looks like. Are you cold?
Luke's having some problem, huh? Oh, it looks like he's stealing some electronics or Going to sell some electronics because he's jonesing for a fix of some kind.
Tell you what. Yeah.
Jonesing for a fix of some kind. Don't I sound hip?
$200 here. You hand me that iPad.
That's probably enough to get him fucked up for the night. Oh, he's stealing his shit. Gotcha. I'm fast. I'm so fast.
I'm sorry.
I know.
It's not me, it's the drugs, man.
I know it really isn't what you think.
Good.
What is it then? Say what it is. Or maybe he just knows he doesn't want to hear it. It's messed up, man. Family breaking into your house to steal your shit. Desperation, man, causes people to do some messed up stuff. Another unexpected visitor, huh?
I needed a good scare.
It's Lily.
Did you tell Luke where I live? Did you bring him here? You just stood there and watched him loot me? Christ, Nell. Got us all listening. What do you want? What's so damn important, Nell?
I'm dumb. I've been calling this girl Nellie the whole time. Her name's Nell.
Shit. I didn't give him the address. Hey, I tried to tell you we're...
You hear me? I said it's about Nell.
I know, I just walked in.
It's about Nell.
I was lying.
Shocking.
She wasn't in L.A. She was at the house, Steve. She's dead.
Oh, shit.
She's dead.
You're seeing a ghost, bruh? Your sister is dead. That's messed up. God, that's unsettling. He's there, but he's not like there right now, you know? So episode 1, and the mother is dead, and one of the middle daughters is dead. Or no, that was Nell, right? That was the youngest daughter. Youngest daughter's dead. The mother's dead. All right. Let's talk about it. Well, all right. That was the first episode of The House on Haunted Hill. What did I think about that? Okay, first thing, the house is nice. Some of it looked really over the top and very nice, and some of it looked kind of like maybe cheaply built set. Am I horrible for saying that? Maybe it was the lighting and some things that made it look cheap in some ways. I don't know, but generally I like the house, and that's a big thing for me because I'm all about the old architecture. The house was good. Casting seemed good. A lot of faces I'm totally unfamiliar with. Like I mentioned, that Gina Carano, I believe her name is. I could look it up, but I'd like to just not. I think it's Gina Carano. She's been in a few things I've seen. She's beautiful, but I'm kind of disappointed to know that she's the mom who's no longer with us. But excited to see that there are plenty of flashbacks and she's not going to be like out of the show completely. So that's good. It's just the first episode, so like getting to know each of the characters and stuff, I think they did about as good of a job as you can expect with that in less than an hour, and with like 7 characters to introduce, maybe 7. As you know, I'm bad with names. It'll probably take me like to the 3rd or 4th episode before I can tell you who everybody is anytime I see them. That's kind of embarrassing, but true, you know. Yeah, okay, the downside. The creepy parts that were there were actually good, okay? I enjoyed them. None of it looked like over the top and cheesy or anything, so it was like well executed. But for a premiere episode of a new series that is supposed to be scary, I would think, I didn't feel as much creepiness as I kind of was hoping I would throughout the episode. There were a couple of parts, like I said, that were well done, but I'm hoping they start blending more of that into the show. I like character building and stuff and getting to know people, and that's obviously necessary, but maybe I'm just being impatient, and that's probably the case. So yeah, we'll continue watching, see how this goes. see how much scarier it gets. Learn more of this story of what unfolded on the night that their mom died and dad took them out of the house and doesn't ever want anybody to go in it again. Kind of curious as to why, like, if it was such a horrible place, he didn't just bulldoze it to the ground, but glad that he didn't, because as someone, say, who would maybe live in that universe, if it were on the market, I'd be looking. I'm just saying. That's kind of my kind of place. Creepy ghost ladies be damned. Anyway, all in all, pretty good. Excited to move forward. We'll see where it goes from here. If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell. We're going to be doing more of these. We're going to do the whole series, and then beyond that, we're going to do just more stuff, movies, the whole 9 yards. That's going to be good. Go on the ride with me. Let's catch up on the past 20 years worth of movies, some new TV shows, see stuff that's coming out now, and watch it together. So yeah, I'm excited. I just want to say this too. The drama that's going on in the family, I get it. You know what I mean? The younger siblings were going through it. Obviously, one of them is no longer with us at the end of the first episode. That was kind of unexpected, but I guess you need some kind of major event to hook everything in the first episode. And that was pretty major. I don't know if it hit hard enough, or maybe, yeah, I don't know. I was hoping to be kind of more drawn in than I am, but we'll see. We'll see. I know. Okay, cool. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. 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 Bye.